Hello again. For those of you who know me, this is another I'm back video. so, yeah, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Diana Grant, and most recently came up with these words for my new website. The website's getting a whole overhaul, and I don't know if I came up with them or if the wonderful Sumia, who is, I like to call her my designer, sure. She's her own designer, but she's a fantastic creative. She is a creatrix of note, and she's rehauling the website for me. And we came up with the words Diana Grant for you. And that ties in beautifully to what I'm here to say today. So, who am I? Diana Grant, self-love revolutionary, or initially just a love revolutionary, but I like to be more specific and get it down to self-love, because I truly believe that authentic self-love is at the root of all the positive change that we need to see in the world as human beings. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, for anybody who doesn't know me, and for those of you who do know me, you've heard it all before, but as I always like to say, I like to go on and on about self-love. So why do I say I'm back? Because I have been laying low for a number of months now. It all started with COVID. COVID got me. I didn't know that it would. I didn't think that it would. I am fit, healthy. I eat well. I exercise regularly. I look after myself. I'm passionate about well-being. It's a big part of what I love to share with people. As part of the self-love journey. Self-care is so important. So it's very, very important to me. It's an ethos that I live by. And I look after my immune system. And there I was down with COVID. And COVID didn't just get me. COVID got me hard. So I was knocked right off my feet physically. And along with that came a number of other challenges. So it was physical as well as mental. It definitely affected my mental health. It had a big impact on my emotional sense of being. And thankfully my spiritual journey is so strong. So my spirit was there holding me up, allowing me to be down in so many ways. And but yeah, I had to accept, and accept is my word of the year. So COVID started with a big basket of things to accept. And I love this journey of life. And in the months prior, starting late last year, I was doing another program of training, coach training, which I've mentioned on here before, that had a profound impact on me immediately. And then also just started taking a deeper root as time went on. During the COVID period, wow, that work really, really came into play in the whole acceptance, finding balance, finding nourishment in different ways from what I was used to, all sorts of stuff, which I'm going to share in many different platforms in many different ways. But just to give you a bit of an insight, as I said, I experienced many changes. So I've had changes over the last, we're already in the 6 months. So I would say in the last 9 months, changes in my body, changes in my mind, changes in my emotions, and changes in my soul as well, in some beautiful positive growth ways, all beautiful positive growth ways in the end, because that's the gift, isn't it? But some of those changes were hard to accept in the beginning, like the COVID experience. Like if you'd asked me in the middle of the hardest week of that illness, if I thought recovery would be harder than the actual illness, I would have said no. However, from an emotional and mental perspective, recovery ended up being harder because recovery has been so long. For me, I feel like I'm still in it, even though it's so many weeks and months. I'm trying to think, March to April to May, like 2.5 months later, I'm still in recovery, because my physical being certainly hasn't got back to where it was. and I don't know if it ever will be. This is part of the beautiful journey of acceptance. I might get on to a better way, a better place than I was before. Um, those those are words. Anyone who knows me knows how I always go on about your words. Your words are your wands. That's the magic we make. We make magic with words. So going back to has been a very, very big thing. Those are words that so many of us use so much of the time, and it goes against acceptance, because how you are today is the only way you are right now. It is your reality. It is who and how you are. And constantly having words like, oh, I want to get back to how I was. Wow, what does that do to your sense of self, self-esteem, self-worth? It all just takes a knock, because what you're saying to yourself is you're not good enough as you are. So yeah, that I just said them myself, and those are words that are powerfully negative against your own psyche. So I encourage you to try and think of the way that I am, the way that I am becoming, what I'm growing into, all sorts of different words that can empower you so much more than getting back to that or wanting to go back. Or yeah. So trapping ourselves in the past is so easily done, but I stray. So what did I want to share with you today? More about acceptance. So this all ties in. The acceptance journey has been amazing. It's been slow. I've been slowed down physically. I've been slowed down mentally. I've had a tumble of emotions, which I've had a wonderful journey of accepting and seeing where they take me. In acceptance, there is a great opportunity for a new experience, a new adventure. I have had adventures, which there's so much. So I've been off social media for I think 3 full months now, and in those 3 months actually I've had some of the most amazing adventures. So it started off just before COVID with an adventure in London with my friends, and then COVID with Cornelius. So we were both down and together and just hanging out on the couch and looking after each other. So one of us would have a spurt of feeling strong and taking care of the other one, and then vice versa. It would spin like literally hour to hour, with loads of resting time and sleeping, and then doing the recovery journey with him as my partner. It's been incredible. Having one of my very, very best friends have it at the same time and having a similar recovery journey. So, having this support where we've been able to share and hold each other up and just, be there for each other. My daughter having had it months before us and having a very interesting journey post recovery. And so there's just been this amazing opportunity to share and grow and accept. And other great experiences is my trip to Ireland recently. I popped over to Ireland to surprise Erin for her birthday. She didn't know I was coming, with my friend Wani, who's moved to Dublin, and we just had the best time. It was like the most wonderful surprise and adventure, and just a short week of discovery and fun and playing. So there's going to be lots that I'm going to be sharing with you, but I just wanted to come on here today to say what this has brought me to is a beautiful space, a beautiful sense of renewal. And this has just been coming up for me in the last week, like bubbling up, like I have to share this. It's time for me to get back out there. It's time for me to reconnect on social media. It's time for me to bring something, and getting back to what I was saying in the beginning, Diana Grant for you. So no, the website is not ready yet. It's still under construction. I've been the delay factor. So Sumia, bless you for your patience. But it's almost there, and the tagline is Diana Grant for you. But in the meantime, I invite you to join me for 30 days of renewal. I'm calling it June renewal. And I know in different parts of the world it's different seasons, so pick a reason to find renewal, but I think renewal is always a wonderful, wonderful idea. And so this month, June, is renewal month for me. I'm certainly feeling the sense of, and it's a lovely slow burn renewal. There's not going to be anything wild and crazy about it. I can just feel it, as I said, bubbling up, and now it's time to share it. And so I invite you to join me with June renewal. I'll be giving posts. I have this idea that it'll be on the daily, with the June renewal daily. If I skip a day, forgive me. and accept and carry on with the day that you have, So yeah, renewal. Let's see where it takes us. I have very many ideas to share with you, and day one, today being the 1st of June, day one is a beautiful one. Day one is about, and I'm picking up my paper so that I don't forget anything that I wrote down here, because day one is about accepting your experience. It's about just being in the experience. It's about feeling it. It's about being here now. And that's a little tagline that I love to use with myself, especially in the acceptance journey, the self-love journey. Be here now. So often, as I mentioned just now, we push ourselves into the past, or we cling to things in the past. We cling to how I was before, or how life was before, or it was good when, or we're clinging to future ideas. One day when I get there, or everything will be great when X happens. And be here now is such a powerful, powerful invitation, and I like to give it to myself all the time. Be here now. When I find myself flitting off, and it is wonderful. I love visualizing. I love creating with my thoughts. I love creating with my words, yes, but I like to give that a certain amount of time every day so that I can still be here now. So when I find myself flitting off too often and I'm not in the moment, I bring myself back with that invitation, be here now. So for today, that's the invitation. Be here now. Just be in this moment. Connect with where you are. And the way to do that, pay attention to your senses. What am I hearing? What am I seeing? What can I touch? How does this feel? How do I feel? How are my emotions? What can I taste? What is this experience? And just observe it. Just be in it. In fact, I'm going to say this right now. Here in England, it's a long weekend starting tomorrow. So from today until Sunday, be here now. I'll pop on, I'm sure, and give reminders, and I'll have little story posts in the different places, but be here now. Let's get into this feeling of renewal. Let's use June, these 30 days, to renew the true essence of who we are, to connect with who we really are, to revive that spirit of who we really are, and maybe discover more levels, more layers, more angles of that true essence of who we really are. So I invite you to join me for June renewal. Oh, and on that note, I've got a beautiful new office space. I'm just going to show you. So I'm sitting on my lovely pink sofa, which I think you've seen before, but there's some new art on the walls behind me. There's a beautiful little, what do they call these things? An ottoman with flowers and gorgeous things, candles. I've got my, I'm making my beautiful plants, my Himalayan salt crystal, a whole lot of papers on the floor that need sorting out, but Renewal month, we're in it. So it's already started in my space. And the most important place that it started in is in the inner space. So I invite you to join me for June renewal, and let's reconnect and revive who we really are, so that we can just make the most out of this experience. So as I said, for day one, just be here now. Experience your experience, connect with your senses, and really, really feel your moment and observe. No judgment. Just observing. I'm going to sign off now with loads and loads of love. Watch the space. As I say, the website's being renewed. Any of you who are members with me, you're going to get a love letter shortly in the next couple of days, because I've been away and it's time for you to get a love letter. There's going to be new membership platform available on the new website. So yeah, watch the space. Stay close. And in the meantime, stay close to you. You matter. You are worthy. In fact, you're magnificent. You're beyond worthy. So love yourself hard. Let's enjoy this beautiful love that we've been given. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Ciao for now. Mwah.